All right, we can hopefully get some wheat cut today. It's been moderately breezy most of the day. It's been pretty warm. We had a very light dew this morning, which at least over where I was at scouting seed corn this morning was burned off by about 9:30, 10 o'clock, which is a lot earlier than it has been burning off. And it hasn't really been overly humid, which helps, because when the humidity's up, even if you're breezy and hot, all you're trying to do is pull moisture out of the wheat with moist air, and that doesn't really work. So hopefully we gained some ground in the moisture department, or I guess I should say lost some ground in the moisture department. So yeah, we'll head on down and go see if we can get something done today. If it'll cut, I'd like to get that and that done tonight. Hopefully I got enough room, so I have both trucks. And last night when I went home, I dug the gravity wagon out and checked the tires and greased it, just in case I needed the extra capacity. So we shall see. Down to 14.4, and I bet the further in I get, the drier it's gonna get, because that was still off of a end row. So we're gonna send her. It's threshing a lot better today, and it's cleaning a lot better. So we'll give the fan a little bit more and go ahead and send her. Getting a few heads in the clean grain, so close that down to more, and we should be good. Boogity boogity boogity, boys, let's go racing. into the truck, I wanted to show you. That pile right there is all that came off of that 2 1/4 acres. There's got to be pushing 200 bushel there. That had to have been every bit of 80 bushel wheat. This field's lagging a little behind. I got 2 rounds around the outside, 4 along this edge, and then I started the short rows to finish the hopper off. But man, look at that sample. That's why I love running these old combines. These are something to make you proud. Old, not obsolete. Cut a little bit more to top the truck off, but it didn't take a whole lot to finish topping it off. So Dad's bringing the other truck down, but while he's bringing the other truck down, I might as well keep cutting. So keep on keeping on. 7 acres, a little over 7 acres cut so far, and I got to be pushing 525 bushels so far. So I'm going to call Dad, have him go get the gravity wagon from my house with my pickup. There's a slight breeze. As long as that keeps up, we might have a shot at getting this field done tonight. don't think I could have got that any closer if I tried. Both trucks are bread loafed and the wagon ain't far from it, so probably figure about 310 on mine, about 330, 340 on Dad's, and about 250 on this. So somewhere in the neighborhood 800 bushel-ish, if I had to venture a guess, off of 11 acres, the first 11 acres. My last round, you could tell it was just, the sun finally dipped behind the trees. You could tell it was just starting to get tough, so timed that out just right. I didn't, when we got rolling and I knew or saw how much grain was coming off of it, I was really worried about being able to get done, because that meant the straw was thick, and because the straw was thick, I could only run about 2 miles an hour. I probably could have pushed it a little harder, but I didn't want to risk overloading the walkers. So, but we got her done. With the only issue I had was I slugged it once, or well, I didn't even slug the combine. It just tripped the snap clutch on the cross auger on the table when I was picking up some of those down, or some of them, or one of those down spots on my, would have been my last pass through it. I must have sucked up a wet spot, and it balled up on the left-hand corner of the head and tripped the snap clutch. And then you saw when I first passed in these short rows, I accidentally grabbed a chunk of windrow and it sucked all that in at one time, but it ate that on its own. I didn't even have to get out to clear it. So, oh, and then I did accidentally plug the right when we first got started. I did accidentally plug the tailings elevator, because apparently when I tightened up my sieves, I got a little too carried away and it was overloading the chaffer was open too far. It was overloading the bottom sieve, so it was overloading the tailings elevator, and it plugged the tailings elevator clear full, but all I had to do was pop the door open and run it out, and she took back off again. So, but I guess tomorrow we're going to be hauling in wheat. Doubt we get any cutting done. The biggest reason I wanted to get this done yet tonight was because we had chances of pop-up showers tomorrow. I don't know if that still holds true or not. Yeah, a stray shower or thunderstorm possible, and then a 70% chance Wednesday. So the straw is going to get rained on, but that's not a bad thing, because in my opinion, and actually for a lot of people, other than the fact that it takes the nice yellow shiny off of it, rained on straw is actually better, because it washes all the wax off and it makes better bedding because it's more absorbent, and it cleans all the dust out and washes all the fines out. And so we'll have to rake it, but that's not a big deal. So I don't know if we'll be baling straw before we get back to cutting wheat, or if we'll finish cut wheat before we bale straw. We'll have to see how that plays out. But anyway, tomorrow we'll get some, I'm gonna get the wagon put away for the night under cover, and I gotta get the combine blown off, and we'll be good. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow hauling in some wheat. All right. Luckily Dad was home, so he can drive one truck down, and obviously I can drive the other, so I don't got to make a lap. We never did get any rain today, luckily, so hopefully I can get back, get the combine fueled up, move over to the last field, and at least start on it. tractor that trip home to my house last night and put it in the barn was killer. It beat the living hell out of the truck. I couldn't get it much over about 10, 12 mile an hour or it start bucking you. So I'm gonna have to pull it down there with a T so that I got more weight in front of it. I'm curious to see what the test weight is on this stuff, so it feels heavy. I guess we're about to find out. Alright, we finally got through the line. They're having a test for vomitoxin. You're allowed 5%, and this came in at 0.22, so basically nothing. Sometimes they'll get to the point if they get enough negative results, they'll just stop testing. But I don't know if we're going to get to cut anymore today because I just checked the radar and there's one heck of a line of thunderstorms coming in. So I guess at least the trucks will be empty. Might just try to hurry up, get back home and get the combine back under a roof so it doesn't get rained on. Okay, just to give you a quick wrap up, I hurried up, got home with the truck, and jumped in the 7300 and tried to run it back to the barn before it rained, and I naturally made it about halfway back, and it started, I mean, pouring. Wind was blowing. Couldn't hardly see. And then I got home. I was able to back it in the barn on the side where I keep the combines. I was able to back it in with the head still on it, which worked out handy. By the time I was shutting the barn doors, the rain had pretty much stopped and the sun was back out. That would figure. So I ended up with a 1/10 out of it in 15-ish, 20 minutes maybe. So it's obviously not cutting any more wheat, and it's supposed to rain on and off tomorrow. They're calling for up to a 1/2 inch. We'll see how that goes, but the row crops need it, so I'm halfway done with wheat now, and I'm not as worried about it. At least we're well into the game, and I know that the wheat's turning out good. But anyway, just a quick to show you how things are looking here. So my truck had 316, almost 317 on it. Moisture was 13.5, test weight was 60.6, which is really good. Vomitoxin, like I told you, in the truck was basically nothing. So that was my truck, and then Dad's truck was 354 bushel, which I didn't know it'd hold that much. But wheat being 60-pound test weight also helps. His truck was 61-pound test weight, so test weight was even better. 13.4 on moisture, so moisture was even better. And dockage was down another point. So, and I did get docked a little bit for shrinkage. I lost basically a bushel off of Dad's truck and a bushel and a quarter off of my truck. So, basically no dockage whatsoever. And wheat was up today, so that was nice. Both loads graded #1 wheat, so can't complain about that, especially not the bushels, because there's still got to be, there's 670 bushel and some change on those two loads, plus there's still got to be at least 200 bushel on the gravity wagon, hopefully a little more. So hopefully I can get that hauled in. Probably won't be tomorrow if it's raining, but hopefully Thursday I can get that hauled in. And then I can give you a final tally as to what that ground ran as far as bushels an acre. But we should be north of 70 easy. If we'd be knocking on 80, I'd be jumping off the ground excited, because in my opinion on wheat, anything over 50 bushel is nothing to be ashamed of. And if you can push them kind of numbers, especially with the little, I mean, I basically put nothing into wheat. I throw it out there, it grows, I give it one shot of nitrogen in the spring and let it do its thing, and I can make 70 plus bushel wheat. I've done it before. And there's guys around here that'll baby it, and they'll put some nitrogen on it in the spring, and then they'll go in and spray fungicide on it, and usually more than one shot of fungicide, and they'll come back late or early summer and put some 28 on foliar, and then they make 70-80 bushel wheat. So I can't explain how I get these yields out of it and basically do nothing, but I guess I'm lucky in that respect somehow. Or maybe the Oliver drill has something to do with it, because that'll gain you bushels right there. But anyhow, yeah, rain kind of shut me down for the day. So after being up till midnight last night, by the time I got everything around, I'm not complaining about an early day anyhow. So I guess that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Either, I don't know if we'll be baling straw first, or if it's going to dry down enough to finish cutting wheat. So, but I've also got we got a couple other things that I got a video, some short stuff, so to get everybody up to speed of what's been going on. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.